How to buy back your time in 2024. I'm Nate, I'm the FitFutureMD, upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pick up the free copy of the nutrition and workout guide in the description below. I'm the owner of Ensorsale. Ensorsale is family. Together we rise up from humble beginnings to inspire others all over the world with the messages on our t-shirts. Wear your inspiration today. High quality tees, inspirational messages, what you wear matters. So, you know, they talk about the 9-to-5 life, right? Well, for most people, the 9-to-5 life is really the 7-to-7 life, right? Because they live far away from their job. Well, there's many reasons, and I'm going to talk about that in this video, right? So, how are we going to buy our time back? Well, the number one obvious way to get your time back is to live closer to your job, right? So for me, you know, I live less than 5 minutes away from my job, right? So there are people that, you know, I work 7 to 3:30 and as a chemist, lab technician. And so there are people that leave at 6 o'clock to get to my job, right? I leave my house at 6:45, right? And I'm 10 minutes early every day, most days, right? So what could I do with my time? What could I do with that 45 minutes, right? Well, I can record a video every day if I wanted to. You know, I could eat a healthy breakfast, make it from scratch. You can do a lot of things in that time, that 45 minutes, right? I got my time back, right? And I think that's one of the biggest things, you know, the pandemic taught us, especially with all these people working from home, is that it's really not that enjoyable to be on the road for an hour a day to go to a job and then an hour a day back. You know, plus it took you a while to get ready to go, you know, that type thing, right? So for me, you know, I wake up at 4 a.m. and exercise every day. You know, probably get there, you know, 4:30, leave at 6 o'clock, come back, eat, make a video, you know, that kind of thing. And just that residual effect, right, of is worth the cost that it is. So if it costs me, you know, say it costs me $50,000 more total to live in a house in Morehead City instead of buying 45 minutes away down east or, you know, in Havelock or whatever, you know, what that could add to my life over 30 years is, you know, priceless, right? So that's number one. So number two is to meal prep, right? So you get home at 7 o'clock, and the reason so many people, you know, end up eating out most of the time, right? So, you know, I work with a guy that will go get an 8-piece chicken meal from KFC or somewhere, and, you know, that'll be his meals for the week, right? Well, obviously eating fried chicken from KFC is not going to be healthy, but, you know, that's his version of meal prep, right? So he spreads that out over the full week. Whereas, you know, I, on Sunday for an hour, cook a week's worth of steak, a week's worth of chicken, a week's worth of burgers, right? And, you know, throw the sweet potatoes in the oven, right? I do, you know, 90-second rice or whatever if I want rice. But then that way, you know, lunch goes from, you know, or dinner goes from, oh, it's a full hour to do dinner. We're done with dinner in 20 minutes, right? I bought back my time by meal prepping, right? Throw it in the microwave, we're good to go. Now, of course, this sacrifice tastes a little bit because it's not fresh cooked food daily, right? But your time is worth a little bit more than taste, right? So as long as it tastes good enough for you to eat it, right? So, okay, your job's in Manhattan, you can't, buy an apartment in Manhattan, so you live in Jersey or something, like, whatever. That's one, meal prepping is definitely a way to increase your time, right? So instead of you having to go down outside the building in Manhattan and go to a street vendor and wait in line and do all this stuff for lunch, you just, you have your lunch ready to go, right? Have whatever snacks or meals ready to go. You definitely didn't see, when I lived in New York, for a little while, you definitely didn't see anybody bring in their lunch. So definitely a weird situation in my opinion. Nobody had meal prepped their lunch or brought a sandwich or whatever, right? And I would say, between those two things, you pretty much have bought back your time, right? Trying to think of something else that would buy back your time, but let's say living closer to work, meal prepping. Oh, so the last thing you can do to buy back your time is to reduce distractions, right? So reduce social media, reduce watching TV, reduce watching shows, Netflix, right? So, and it depends on what you're going to do with that time. Like I say, if you're working 7 to 7, you're basically working 7 to 7, a 9 to 5 job, you don't got time to watch TV anyway, right? You need to prepare your stuff at night, right? So, I've already, when I go to bed at night, I've already got the clothes I'm going to be wearing the next day, right? My food is already prepared for the next day, right? If I'm eating lunch at work, my lunchbox would already be packed for the next day, right? I'm not coming in and doing that. That's called preparing for success or preparing for your day the next day, right? So, I bet half the argument with, if you have children, is them getting ready in the morning, right? Them picking out their clothes or them getting their lunchbox ready or, whatever. Like if all that stuff is done at night in preparation, then you don't have those arguments in the morning. Imagine the only thing your kid remembers is that every morning you yelled at them because they weren't ready to go, right? So, my parents were angry. That's all I remember about my parents. They go up for your eulogy. Oh, I had a good mom. She yelled at me every morning. Like I say, so if you prepare for success, you won't have those things. You won't have those memories, right? So, so definitely preparing at night for the next day, planning, scheduling, all that kind of stuff. So those are my top 3 picks for buying back your life or buying back your time, getting your time back, right? Because in this life, you are limited on time, right? So being as efficient and effective with your life can allow you for more enjoyment of life, more time with your family. I promise you, it doesn't matter how much money you make in this world. When you get to the end, you're going to wish you had more time, right? You're going to wish you could talk to your loved one for another hour, if it could, or another minute, right? So, keep that in mind, when you're going through your day. Let's plan this out, right? Let's get our time back, right? So I'm Nate. I'm the FitFutureMD. I hope this helped you out, guys. If it did, leave me a comment in the comments below. Share this video with somebody that needs it. Shop at Ensorsale.com. Like I said, we got high quality teas, inspirational messages, and you know, if you don't see the inspirational message that you want on a t-shirt, let me know and I'll try to make it for you. Let's say if you're interested in a mentor group, you know, send me a message at FitFutureMD@gmail.com. I'll be happy to consider you. Probably going to start with, you know, 5 spots. Probably got a couple already filled, but definitely going to do a little men's, you know, mentor group type thing going on, and definitely want to get that rolling here in 2024, right? It's definitely good to have like-minded people around you, so let's get it. If you're interested in that, send me an email, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.